Hello everyone, it's Cameron. Today I'm going to do another video. Today I'm going to do another CD box set video, and it's going to be one that I just got in the post today. It's this one, Elvis, the 18 UK #1s CD box set. So in this video I'm just going to go over the content of the box, talk about the box set, even show my original 45 original single copies. Sorry about my phone there. Show my original 45 UK and single copies as well. So yeah, and go over the ones I've got individually as well over the years. So I'm just going to talk about the box set. So yeah, this box set originally came out in 2005 to acknowledge what would have been Elvis's 70th birthday in the January of 2005. And it was a release campaign that they started. They would release them every week from the January to the April of 2005, and fans would either line up in their local HMV or Virgin Megastore shops to buy the CD singles or vinyl singles, because they also put them out in vinyl. And I kind of thought about getting this box set for some time, and I was going to get the vinyl version, but I'd owned a lot of this 45 songs on vinyl, so I thought I'd just settle with a CD. I may get the vinyl version eventually, but I'm in no rush to get it. But anyway, so yeah, it was released as a limited run. Each one was numbered, or if you didn't get the numbered run, they eventually, I think, re-released them. And so if you didn't get that numbered run, then they re-released them and re-released them as just a standalone release, so you can put them in the box. So this is a very cool box set, I must say, and it even came with bonus versions on the B-side. So you got the original B-side, but you also got alternate versions of a song, or a song from that same time frame on that from that single. So yeah, that's very, very cool that they did that. So yeah, here's the front with like the #1. You got all the song titles here. So the songs are All Shook Up, Jailhouse Rock, One Night, A Fool Such As I, It's Now or Never, Are You Lonesome Tonight, Wooden Heart, Surrender, Marie's the Name, His Latest Flame, Rockahula Baby, Good Luck Charm, She's Not You, Return to Sender, Devil in Disguise, Crying in the Chapel, The Wonder of You, Way Down, and A Little Less Conversation. Oh, that's the back of the box. So yeah, that's a nice cover in the front there with all the one and the songs there. Spine the same. This one I think is a later edition, a re-release, but still really nice. And there's all the single covers at the bottom. All the songs there. Just take the lid off like so. Even comes with a very nice little booklet as well, which has all the song title, all the songs, and just talks about the singles as well. Shows the picture sleeves as well. Back, and you even get all the dates of the box set from June the 28th of June 1957 from the first record, up to the recent one from June the 22nd of June 2002. So yeah, this is a really cool box. That's the book there. Now we're going to go over all the CDs, and I will show my vinyl 45s, because as I say, I have them on vinyl, except for one, which I don't know if was ever put out on a vinyl version. Might have been, I don't know. But anyway, here's the first one, All Shook Up, which reached #1 back in June 1957 in the UK. And it was Elvis's first UK #1. Heartbreak Hotel, his first record, Heartbreak Hotel, was his first UK record, but it reached #2 because Pat Boone was at the top of the charts. Should have been Elvis in my opinion, but anyway, there's the front, and they used the American single artworks, which is very nice, because we never, in the UK, we never got them like this. We only had them in the picture sleeves. We only got like company sleeves, actually I should say company sleeves instead of the picture sleeve, but still this is quite nice. And the B-side is That's When Your Heartaches Begin, and Heartbreak Hotel. And there's the back, all the albums that you can get. Even all the Elvis records that were available at the time. And there's the disc. They've reproduced the original RC UK label. I don't know why they couldn't have reproduced the original HMV label for this release, because this came out in the HMV label back in 1957 in the UK, but still quite nice they did it. I think there was a repress of All Shook Up in '58 with Heartbreak Hotel as its B-side on this label, so I think that's the one they're trying to kind of replicate, but still really nice that they did that. And here's my 45 copy of All Shook Up. This is the Collector Series Limited Edition reissue. Of course, as we all know, the original HMV pressings are very, very expensive and very difficult to get hold of, so I've just got this copy, which is quite nice. It's a '77 reissue on the RC label from America. And the B-side on this is That's When Your Heartaches Begin. So yeah, great record, All Shook Up. One of his signature hits, I would say. Oh, there's that one. A bit hard to get that back in. There we go, we got it in. Then the next one, so that was June 57. The next one was in January 58, Jailhouse Rock, the title song of his third film. Back has Treat Me Nice and Treat Me Nice movie version. Again, this is the American picture sleeve that they've used for it as well, which is quite cool and nice. And so yeah, great record, Jailhouse Rock. And there's the reproduction, and you get the disc on the back. Just looks like that, black. So that's a good one, Jailhouse Rock, one of his best ones again. I love pretty much every song in this box set. I would say, yeah, definitely. And the B-side, I say Treat Me Nice, and then the Treat Me Nice movie version from Jailhouse Rock. And here's my original UK 45 of Jailhouse Rock. Treat Me Nice on the B-side. So yeah, really quite fortunate I've been able to find a lot of the original pressings on some of these, because these can be very challenging to get hold of sometimes, but still, yeah, really pleased with this. The original RCA pressing. That was January 58. The next one was January 59, and I did buy some of the singles individually from my local record shop, which I will show at the end of the video. But this is one of the ones, but I'm just that I bought. This is One Night, which became the 1000 UK #1 in January 2005. The first two managed to make the #1 spot in 2005 when these were re-released, and then they kind of dipped a bit for some reason. I'm not too sure why that was. You know, I guess some people had no class back then. Anyway, so One Night, and I got stung on this one, like the original, and One Night of Sin, which was originally released on the Elvis A Legendary Performer Volume 4 album in 1983. So that makes an appearance on here as well. The disc. And I have my original copy of One Night, back to I Got Stung, which is a recent purchase. I did buy some of these 77 represses as well, but I'm going to be kind of selling them on quite soon. I have been trying to sell them on, but nobody's bought them yet. But yeah, hopefully I'll find someone that will buy them. If not, I'll just give them charity those ones. But this is the original copy. And the thing was with this one, they don't have the reproduced the original company sleeves like the re-releases, which I'll show in a minute. But these are the original versions. But they reproduced the original company sleeves like that, which is quite nice. But nice if this repress had it, but hey ho, you know, still really nice to have this box. So this was #1 in January 59. During this period, Elvis was in the army, but RC and Colonel Parker kind of hatched this plan that they were going to release some material that Elvis had recorded before he left for the army. So yeah, quite a good little hatched little plan there. So yeah, that's One Night, another great one. A Fool Such As I, or Now and Then There's a Fool Such As I, with I Need Your Love Tonight on the B-side, one of my favourite Elvis songs from the 50s, and Now and Then There's a Fool Such As I alternate version. So yeah, this one was April of 59, this was #1. And there's just the CD again. Quite nice that they reproduced them like the vinyls versions. As I said, I would like to get the vinyl version at some point as well, but I'm kind of in no rush to get that at the moment. I'll kind of wait on that one for a bit. But I have an original copy of Now and Then There's a Fool Such As I. And I Need Your Love Tonight. Not in the correct sleeve, unfortunately. It was like this when I bought it. And it doesn't have the centre punch either. But, you know, I have my record players have like 45 adapters that I can just plonk on the middle, and then, yeah, that'll be able to play. So that's quite nice. Then Elvis came back to the army, and then in the November of 1960, It's Now or Never, one of my favourite Elvis songs, with Make Me Know It, which is the UK B-side, and then A Mess of Blues, which is the American B-side. So that's quite nice that they threw in both the B-sides in both the US and UK counterparts. This song, It's Now or Never, was originally an Italian song called O Sole Mio, and there were legality issues, so that it didn't come out in the UK for a while, and then eventually did come out, and it was a big #1 hit as well, and one of Elvis's biggest selling singles, I must say. And it was his, I think I'm right in thinking it was his only Christmas #1. I may be right or I may be wrong, but I think he was nearing the spot, and then I think Cliff Richard overtook the #1 spot kind of the tail end of 1960. I may be right or I may be wrong, but I'll just look up I'll just Google it up now. I know I should have probably prepared this this video. Elvis Christmas UK #1. No, it wasn't It's Now or Never, but It's Now or Never was close to being a UK #1, and I think then it was overtaken by Cliff Richard, but hey ho. And so yeah, definitely a great one, It's Now or Never. Then we have, in January 1960, and I meant to show my, here's my original copy of It's Now or Never, and make me know, I know I've got an extra copy of this one as well, somewhere, but this is one that I have in the company sleeve, which is a little bit seen better days, unfortunately, but you know. Then we have Are You Lonesome Tonight, January 1961, UK #1, with I Gotta Know and Are You Lonesome Tonight, the laughing version, which is from the August 1969 Las Vegas residency at the International Hotel. And it was the version, of course, where Elvis, instead of the line, "Do you gaze at your doorstep and picture me there," sings, "Do you gaze at your bald head and wish you had hair?" And there was a man in the audience and he'd taken his wig off and he started dancing to the music, and Elvis couldn't keep a straight face for the rest of that particular song during the performance, and that was also released as a single back in 1982, and that got into the charts at number 25. But anyway, here's Are You Lonesome Tonight, one of my favourite Elvis songs there. I love the wee sort of soft-spoken bit in the middle, which is which in the song, which you don't hear that often on a record. But there's Are You Lonesome Tonight. And here's my original copy. And then we get Wooden Heart. Now, Wooden Heart was released in the UK in March of '61 as a single. It also appeared in the GI Blues soundtrack album, but it was never issued as a single in America until 1964. And it had a different B-side. On the UK edition, you had Tonight Is Alright for Love. It's So Right for Love, rather, on the B-side. And in America, it was Puppet on a String from the Girl Happy soundtrack that was the B-side. And this uses the American picture sleeve, so here we are. So yeah, good one, Wooden Heart. One I quite like. Even Tom Petty and the Heartbreaks did quite a good cover version on, which is on the playback box set, but it was also used as the closing credits on the Elvis the Searcher documentary film, which I've quite enjoyed. And here's my original copy of Wooden Heart and Tonight Is So Right for Love. How are we doing for time? We're doing not bad. We're doing not bad. Then we get Surrender, one of my favourites. This is from reached #1 in June 1961. One of my favourite Elvis records from those kind of 60s, and Lonely Man on the B-side, another great one. And the B-side is Lonely Man, the solo version, which was, I think, an alternate take. And Lonely Man, I think, was used on Wild in the Country, I think. So yeah, but this was done from an Italian song called Torna a Sorrentino. And it was translated in English by Doc Pumis and Mort Schumann, who did a lot of Elvis's kind of hits. Here's my UK copy of Surrender, which again doesn't have the hole punch, but you know, I have my record players, I can have adapters that can take that. So there we are. And Lonely Man. Lights a bit dark in here. There we are. Up next, Marie's the Name, His Latest Flame, another great one from, wrong way around, from November of 1961, this reached #1. Oh, sorry, I should have said Surrender was May of '61, but I don't know why I had June in my head, but anyway, there's His Latest Flame, another great one from 1961, with Little Sister on the B-side, like the original, and Marie's the Name, His Latest Flame alternate version, so an alternate take, which is really cool. Another great one there. And here's my original UK copy. Next up, we have probably my all-time favourite Elvis song. On this one, we have Rockahula Baby, but the B-side is one of my all-time favourite Elvis songs, Can't Help Falling in Love, which is one of my favourite Elvis kind of ballad songs, and you have Can't Help Falling in Love movie version. Now, I'm not too sure what, and this is from the Blue Hawaii film, now I'm not sure what the kind of, in the UK, I think it switched around, or was it switched around in America, but you had Rockahula Baby and Can't Help Falling in Love as a double A-side, and I think they both were in the charts consecutively in February of 62 in the UK. Might be right or I might be wrong, but I know it was something like that, but there's my original UK version. But yeah, great one, Can't Help Falling in Love, which is probably my favourite Elvis, I say favourite Elvis song, but there's a disc. So yeah, we're getting into a lot of the great records here from the 60s now. And this was the song, Can't Help Falling in Love, was the one that Elvis would always close out his concerts with from August 1960, from July of 1969 until his last show in Indianapolis in the June of 1977. So yeah. And that's actually, did I show my, yeah, I showed my original 45. Good Luck Charm, one of my favourite up-tempo songs, and Anything That's Part of You in the B-side, one of my favourite Elvis sort of ballad songs, and Good Luck Charm alternate version as well. Again, they use the original picture sleeve from the American 45. And this was #1 in the May of 1962. And Marie's Name Is Latest Flame was #1 in November of 61. I probably did mention that, but anyway, there we are. And then we have another one of my personal favourites, She's Not You, and the B-side is Just Tell Her Jim Said Hello from August 1962. Like the picture sleeve, it's got the same picture on both sides, and it's got down at the bottom, coming soon, new Elvis movie EP, Kid Galahad, and the other side it says, now at your RCA Victor dealer, Elvis new LP Potluck. I think I have the Potluck album, and I think I've got the Kid Galahad EP in the EP collection box set. And there's my original Good Luck Charm 45. I meant to show that one, but I forgot as well. But yeah, good one, She's Not You, and you get alternate version of She's Not You on the third song on the CD, so that's quite cool. I actually saw a vinyl copy of this in a charity shop in Irvine one time, and I was going to buy it, but I then looked at it and saw it was warped, so I had to pass on that one. But you know. But I have a vinyl version of Jailhouse Rock as the 10-inch version, and from this set. And the CDs have fallen a little bit. But here's my original copy of She's Not You. Then we get Return to Sender, which was a Christmas #1 in 1962, and it was #1 in the November of 62, and it was #1 into Christmas of 62. So this was a Christmas UK #1 for Elvis from the December of 62 through to the January of 63. With Where Do You Come From on the B-side, and you also get the song Girls, Girls, Girls from the film Girls, Girls, Girls. I think they've had to use that because the alternate takes of Return, I think Return to Sender was done in 2 takes, but the only one that survives is take 2, the master. A lot of the session takes for that haven't surfaced, unfortunately, but still, hey-ho. And there's the disc, and I have my 45 copy, which is not in the correct sleeve, unfortunately. It's in a DGM sleeve, which is like Elton John's record label, or was Elton John's record label, and Where Do You Come From on the B-side, but still, that's nice to have. So that was 1962. One of my personal favourites from July 1963, #1, Devil in Disguise, You're the Devil in Disguise, with Please Don't Drag That String Around, and You're the Devil in Disguise alternate version. Quite a nice little advertisement on the back. Do you have these great Elvis LPs in your collection? Yes, I have all those albums. And there's the CD, and we've now changed labels to RCA Victor, because RCA was solely handled the UK records, and then the Victor appeared by this point in 1963, so we've now changed labels a bit. So one of my favourite Elvis ones, Devil in Disguise. And this would be Elvis's the last UK #1 by an American, because at this point the Beatles were now taking over. The bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones were starting to dominate the British charts, and it wouldn't be until a year later when Roy Orbison had the UK #1 spot with It's Over. So that's quite a little interesting tidbit fact. And here's my original copy of Devil in Disguise, which is in the wrong RCA sleeve, but still that's quite nice to have. And here's Please Don't Drag That String Around, 1963. One of my favourite Elvis gospel songs, Crying in the Chapel, next. This was from the May of 1965, and that reached #1. Elvis's first #1 for 2 years, and it'd be his last for a few years. Back to I Believe in the Man in the Sky from the His Hand in Mine album, and Milky White Way also from the His Hand in Mine album. I think there were alternate takes of Crying in the Chapel, but they were both false starts. The complete take 3 was the master. So yeah, and in fact this was actually recorded during the sessions for His Hand in Mine, but it didn't come out until 65. And here's my 45 copy of Crying in the Chapel. We're nearly there. We have just 3 more left. But in July 1970, Elvis had another #1 with The Wonder of You, one of my favourite 70s songs, with Mama Like the Roses on the B side and Let It Be Me, with the version of the Everly Brothers song, recorded at the same time as Wonder of You in the February 1970 Vegas residency, which was the on-stage album, as stated here, from New Elvis LP, On Stage, coming soon. Which I have that album as well. And I've now changed to the orange RCA label. And I have my original UK copy of The Wonder of You. Back to Mama Like the Roses sleeve. That's a bit kind of tatty, but there you go. So yeah, this would be out the last UK #1 in Elvis's lifetime, because, as we all know, he sadly passed away on the 16th of August 1977. And then a few days later, this record, which was kind of struggling a bit in the UK charts, made #1, Way Down, which was also released in the Moody Blue album. I stated down the bottom, coming soon, new Elvis LP, Moody Blue. I stated on the other side, and it's got Pledging My Love on the other side with Way Down alternate version. So quite cool that they included that. Quite a nice picture sleeve as well, I must say. And here's my original copy of Way Down and Pledging My Love. So this was in August of 77. And the final one, of course, was June 2002, and it was Elvis and the JXL Little Less Conversation remix, which was released as part of the Elvis 30 #1 CD, and I have that on vinyl as well. So this was June 2002, and you get the Little Less Conversation radio edit and the long version, so that's quite cool there. Here's my CD single copy, which I'm not too sure if this was ever put out onto vinyl. It may well have been, but I only had the CD single of A Little Less Conversation. But I do have the track on the 30 #1's vinyl album, so that's quite cool that I've got that there. So yeah, actually you can get this on vinyl, but I've kind of settled with the CD because, you know, I'll get the vinyl eventually, but just in no rush at the moment. But I do have the Jailhouse Rock version from the set, but I forgot to bring it up. But anyway, now as I stated before, I had bought the CDs individually, but I'll kind of soon be selling these on because I've got the box set now. But here's the original limited editions of One Night, and I Got Stung. Now and Then There's a Fool Such as I. These are what they all look like here, some of them, so I won't bother showing them. The discs. And they would tell you what number limited edition it was, so this is 5 out of 18. Quite like the fact they've got the original HMV stickers on them, which is quite cool. And another thing about it is that he also got an Elvis box set in 2007 to acknowledge the 30th anniversary of his passing, called The King, 18 of the Greatest Singles Ever. So that had songs that weren't #1s but are still regarded as some of Elvis's best songs. I'm going to get hold of that box set sometime soon, on CD, because again I have a lot of the original 45s of those songs. But you get things like Suspicious Minds, In the Ghetto, Viva Las Vegas, Heartbreak Hotel, Blue Suede Shoes. So yeah, I'll definitely get hold of that box set, and I'll do a video of that one when I get it. So yeah, and there's the other one. So that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it, and if you've got this box set, leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again for the next video. There should hopefully be a first time listens coming up. I'm just kind of getting all that together, and there'll definitely be a vinyl update as well coming up soon from the recent purchases after my last one. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you for the next video.